Sago, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Akwesasne Review, the first TV show dedicated to bringing you current events and highlights from in and around Akwesasne.
And we're your panel of hosts. I'm Ryan King.
I'm Anthony Tillman.
I'm Amber McDonald.
And I am Benjamin Herne. So guys, tell me what's going on this week.
I got one. Have you guys been down 37 lately?
Yes.
Four Corners?
Yes.
Have you noticed anything different?
Yes. Think a bit.
Okay.
I don't know, just want to stop at the little
I thought we were
burger
doing
joint in the
something.
corner.
If you've noticed,
stand.
if you go across the bridge, you look to your right, you look to your left, you'll notice the water levels are lower. You'll notice that there's construction going on. They are removing the dam. It was a big thing with the community. Some concerns were, why don't they just refurbish it? The cost of refurbishing it, the environmental impact, the fishing impact that it's going to have on the community, and some other things. Benny, I heard you were down there.
Yes, I was. It was actually pretty cool.
With the project manager, Tony David. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's roll that damn clip.
We're on location, joined by Tony David from the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe Environment Division. Welcome aboard.
Hi.
Could you tell us a little bit about your role in this project?
So I'm the project manager for the actual construction activities, and I've been a part of this actual project for about 6 years, starting from the relicensing phase and then transitioning into the decommission phase.
So what type of direction or why was it decided that the tribe wanted to remove this dam?
Well, the simplest answer to that question is economics. Updating and rehabilitating this dam was just far too costly, and this old facility just didn't produce enough power to warrant that type of investment. And we're talking about $3.5 to $5 million for a project that only makes $36,000 a year. Really, it boils down to simple economics. And the tribe's interest in this is that because this is the first impassable barrier to fish on the St. Regis River, this separates those fish, denies those fish access to all of the habitat that's upstream of here. And we wanted to address that, and we're also right in the heart of the land claim within the Hogansburg Triangle. It's really an exciting time, and for the tribe to be in the driver's seat in how these decisions are being made. I think that's a true expression of sovereignty and of us managing our own resources to our own benefit.
That's pretty vital information for a lot of people that weren't not aware of why this was done, so thank you very much on that. When this project is complete, give us an idea what this landscape will look like.
As far as the site is concerned, we've been working with Tribe's Economic Development, who leads a stakeholder group that is trying to implement a cultural tourism strategy, which will look at redevelopment of the project lands for an art park or a multi-use park. It could be a center for crafts and for selling of arts and also just a public place, a public access point to get to the river. And really it's about beautification of the riverside, increasing access and creating more public green spaces.
That'll be interesting and fun to see how it develops and unrolls as we move forward. Are people going to be able to fish again here, and what type of fish are going to be living and thriving in this environment?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, bass are smallmouth bass they're a really tough fish, even in some of the secluded lakes in the Adirondacks. And what we're doing is we're opening up access, and we'll have more habitat like this. So instead of those fish spawning in an acre or less of habitat down here, they'll have up to 270 river and stream miles of habitat to access and to spawn. Bass, they're tough fish. Walleye, this is great spawning habitat for walleye. And other fish like muskie and pike, they'll also have more access.
All right, so tell me about the opportunities that opening this dam up is going to have for recreational use.
So post-removal, we actually find that there's a lot of increase in recreational opportunity. As before, when you have hazards below a dam and certainly hazards above the dam in the pond, removing the dam increases the public's access and use of the project area. And then as we move beyond the construction phase in the future years to the restoration phase, there will be a lot of opportunities for the community to provide us with input in how we restore this river. What types of fish habitat do we want to see restored or recreated or enhanced, and what are the types of uses that people want to see enhanced? So if there's a lot of interest in canoeing and kayaking, how can we accommodate that, and what sort of features can we construct that will make those opportunities more enhanced?
And this is Benny Herne reporting live from Akwesasne Review.
Thanks, Benny. And that's a great reminder for the community to stay away from the construction area. I know it's tempting to go check it out. I may have been over there a couple weeks ago, but from here on, it's kind of serious and different phases of the construction. Stay away.
Yeah, definitely be respectful of that. Being over there was a lot of construction. But what a cool environment it was.
It was like real cool.
We've lived here all of our lives, well, most of us. But it was really cool to see the water come out because we saw bedrock and we saw a lot of different things, even a canoe and some driftwood down there.
But can we address what's really on people's minds?
What is
What
that?
were you wearing?
All right, so
Safety gear.
So when Tony actually came, he's like, we're on a live construction site, so we need to make sure everybody's in protocol. So he brought the construction hat. He brought probably a medium to small vest that went halfway, but he also brought life preservers. Even though there was no water, it was just more or less to make sure that people are aware that it was still a construction site. So yeah, Tony, thanks for that.
I read some statistics too that said that the more than 90,000 dams in the country are no longer serving the purpose that they were originally built for. So that's crazy.
Well, he said it straight out too. He's like, what are the reasons why we're doing this? One of them was economically. I think Anthony, you had said he said it cost $3 to $4 million to keep repairing this over and over and over, and it's serving no purpose right now. So it can be taken out. Then we saw the little fish that are in there. We saw shells from clams. So you can still see there's environmental impact. And when the river comes back, he said, so will the fish. So I'm just kind of excited to see what it's going to look like when it's all completed. And he said that's only like 3 to 4 months away.
Yeah, I do have some phase removal. Phase 1 removal, 20 days from July 19th to August 15th. Demolition of about 213 feet from the west side of the dam. And then phase 2 will be August 16th to September 5th, 15 days. And it'll be a demolition of the remaining 35 feet of the dam on the east side. And that's
And just to let the community know as well, they're not going to use dynamite. I know that was a concern for some people, and traffic's going to be minimally impacted. They're going to do everything they're already doing it, filling in with rock, going over, and taking out piece by piece.
So it's a whole process.
It's a process.
Next up, we revisit an important topic from last week's show. We'll be right back.
We've been doing the health food store for about 22 years now. Any type of food, any type of supplement, I've got it. We have a very, very large selection of your wheat-free, gluten-free. We have a very large weight loss section. We have 16 feet of protein shakes. Healthy Way, herbal knowledge spoken here.
Whether it's for business or just a getaway, Cape Air is your wings in the Northeast. Cape Air serves 17 destinations throughout the Northeast, including Ogdensburg, Messina, and Saranac Lake in New York, Rutland in Vermont, and Lebanon in New Hampshire. Enjoy fast, frequent flights and easy access to your connections through Boston and Albany. Cape Air connects you to the Northeast and the world. Book today at capeair.com or call 800-CAPE-AIR and enjoy the ride.
Thank you for joining us back here at Akwesasne Review. As Amber prefaced, we do want to get into another discussion. On last episode, we were discussing the termination and ultimately the arrest of 2 former St. Regis Mohawk Tribal early childhood development employees. And we did receive some feedback from the community, particularly on Facebook, so we wanted to take a moment to kind of clarify and address some issues. So I'm going to address this back to the panel and see what we have to discuss about it.
Well, I would like to just talk first, simply because out of us 3, I was the one that was called out by name, saying that I downplayed the situation And that was no way my intentions of doing. If it came off that way, I would like to apologize, but that wasn't my intentions. My intention is just to simply put out the fact of what the counts meant to people, because so many of us thought that 12 counts meant 12 individual counts. That's all I was trying to do. I am not a reporter. What I do is I'm here to make my opinion and state my opinion about a situation, and that's what I did. And so I feel I was justified. We got good reviews, we got bad reviews. That just comes along with the territory. I'm thick-skinned, so I just want to put that
And I think
out
that
there.
brings up a good point, too. I mean, to the community of Akwesasne, I mean, we are doing a job here, but we're not necessarily those on-scene reporters. I mean, more of a discussion group that we're just coming in and voicing our opinions on this. So I'm glad that you brought that up as well. So if we say anything that's going to offend the community, I mean, we're not necessarily doing that to get a rise from anybody. It's more or less just to say that there's a topic, we're going to tell you what we know about it, and then talk about it in our own words.
And if it creates more conversation within the community, then even better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. And like, people wanted to say things, well, you know, you don't have children in there. No, I don't have children, but I do have very important children that are in that program to me. I don't have to be the mother to the children, you know, to be affected by it as well. You know, everybody has nieces and nephews and...
Right, but I think that's the strength of our community as well, because this was a strong topic, and knowing that as soon as something happens to anybody within the community, especially children, we all gather together. We all want to make sure that justice is done, that information is gathered, investigation, whatever it may be, to kind of move forward from it. But it also brought light and awareness to that particular situation in the program. And again, we just want to preface also that there are really good employees there too.
Exactly.
So we have to acknowledge them just as much as we acknowledge the bad. All right, so you've heard a lot from both Anthony, Amber, and I. Let's throw it over to Ryan. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this?
You're going to put me on the spot. I think what we need is to clarify our roles and our responsibilities on this show, and maybe even just clarify what the show is. We're media, and we can't take sides. And that's the point. That's not what we're here to do. And like you started that one segment with, was we're not here to take sides. We are here to give you that information. We are here to clarify those situations. We got some good news, we got some bad news, we got some good reviews, we got some bad reviews.
Feedback is feedback.
Feedback is feedback. But the thing that everybody kept saying was, as news reporters, you guys are, you know, doing a disservice to the community. But that's not the role or the purpose of the show. We are a current events, highlights, and opinion-based talk show. We are not reporters. We're not here to just spew facts and numbers. We are community members, just like everybody else that weighed in on this topic.
We're not news correspondents.
No, we are not. We are here, and we fill these seats to give our opinions, but we're also going to give you that information. We are always going to give you the facts. We're never just going to come up here and spew all kinds of, you know, BS, or we're just going to, you know, call people out.
Like that,
We're not going to never do our research on topic. Yes, maybe it was a little premature in the situation. People's feelings were at an all-time high, but ours were as well, because like Amber said, we're always going to take the side of a kid and the family that's been done wrong. Even if we don't have kids of our own in that program, we can always, you know, have empathy for that child that went through this, you know, ordeal. We're always going to empathize with someone who goes through that stuff. So, you know, we're an opinion-based program. That's, you know, that's basically just what we are.
So I think it is important to note that this situation did happen, and we would have been remiss to not cover it. We want to make sure that we're covering, you know, current events that are happening within our community.
Yeah.
So from this, we've learned, and we can move forward. But we do appreciate the fact that people are tuning in and expressing their opinion. So please continue with that. If there's anything that you see from any one of us on the panel, address it to us.
So, the race for the White House, 2016, the Republicans and the Democrats just had their conventions and officially declared their nomination.
Well,
But first of all, who are we looking at for
All
nominee?
right, so in terms of the accepting of their party, we have Donald Trump representing the Republicans, and we have Hillary Clinton representing the Democrats. The Republican National Convention was held in Cleveland, and then the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Now, you want to talk about a comparison of apples to oranges and what we watched. I just couldn't get over the Republican National Convention and what I saw. I don't know if you guys had a chance to take a look at it as well.
I watched the first couple of days and it was chaos. It was people screaming, or people yelling, or delegates leaving, coming back, leaving again.
Well, let's talk about the drama that has been happening. I mean, we've talked about speeches. Let's talk about, okay, so we know the plagiarized speech by, I don't even know her name. I know it's Mrs. Trump is all I know. I don't know. Melania Trump, who's not even an American, go figure that. You have the rumors that it's just the Republican convention was just strictly, they all had one candidate in mind, and that was to attack Hillary Clinton. Were there any other major dramas that had happened that kind of sticks out so that we can inform the community of what's going on for the people who didn't watch or stay informed?
For me, I think it doesn't even necessarily include Donald Trump, but it's more on how things went down with Bernie Sanders and with Hillary Clinton. For me, that was big drama because there was evidence. I mean, it was, I guess, unsubstantiated, but at the same time that it was rigged against Bernie Sanders. There was no way he was ever going to win because she had control of too many things on the back end. So for me, that's drama.
What I want to say is the fact of the Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, you bring up an awesome point, is that you have people that feel the burn, is what the quote is, that are very passionate about Bernie Sanders. And for him to get up there through it all, even having people chanting, Bernie, Bernie, and for him still to endorse Hillary says a lot. Because if you look to the Republican convention, there was a candidate, the name is slipped, is it Paul Ryan? No, it wasn't Paul Ryan. It was
Rubio?
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
It was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz did not endorse Trump. And then you got to look at him and admire him too, because they asked, why didn't you endorse Trump? And people were dogging him and all this and that. He says, because I don't endorse someone that talks about my wife or my father or my family. Mm-hmm. He stuck up against his own party, stuck by his morals, and I got to respect that.
My favorite moment was when his brother went up to the microphone to nominate him for the presidential candidacy, because he's been very stone-faced, very stoic through the whole ordeal. He got up there and they panned right to Bernie, and he was emotionally, like in tears. So that was my oh my God moment. I was like, I will forever watch that on YouTube every time I can find it.
Family.
But again, we're nearing the point that Benny made is simple the fact that Hillary or Trump can get in. It's who's in that Senate and who's in the House that really has the power. So that's why those elections are just as important.
And its majority right now is who?
Republican.
Amber, what say you?
Vote Amber.
I do every
Of
year.
course. Vote Amber.
I vote Ambular every year for Fabulous Queen of the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe, and they never read it on the radio.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Be sure to join us back with Akwesasne Review. We're just going to take a quick moment to hear from our sponsors. Joseph's Fine Jewelry on the Akwesasne Mohawk territory. Joseph's Fine Jewelry hosts Pandora, Chrysalis, Obaku, and Uno to 50 lines, which are exclusive to Joseph's Fine Jewelry. We are the only local dealer Pandora from Watertown to Plattsburgh. All sales with Joseph's Fine Jewelry are tax-free, so come see us at Joseph's Fine Jewelry, where we can design the ring of your dreams.
Brass Horse Pizzeria and Lounge, home of the award-winning wings. Whatever your family is hungry for, Brass Horse Pizzeria can serve it up. From subs and wraps and the famous award-winning jumbo wings. Call today at 518-358-6122, pickup or delivery. If you're looking for a relaxing night out, maybe catch a game or pay-per-view fight, the Brass Horse Lounge is the place to head. Friendly faces, relaxing environment, and the patio is now open. Brass Horse Pizzeria and Lounge.
Let's have some fun. Let's talk about the summer blockbuster movie, Suicide Squad, premiering in New York City, starring your favorite and my favorite actor, Adam Beach. He's playing the hitman, Slipknot.
But that's not all, Anthony.
Yes, it is. It's Adam Beach.
It's not. That's not all, I swear. Akwesasne's own Tisha Thompson did Adam's hair for the red carpet premiere.
Wait. Don't you mean black carpet?
Oh, black carpet.
I mean, these are super villains.
Yes, typically red carpet, but for this time it was the black carpet. So Tisha got the call after she had met Adam in Winnipeg when her daughter Babes had attended film school there. She got the call sitting at the casino. Her mom, Babes were sitting there, and Adam called and asked her if she would do his hair for the premiere. She hung up and she said she was screaming like a kid, jumping up and down. This is it. This is what I've always wanted. You know, and she said that it's always been her dream to do a celebrity red carpet event. That or Victoria's Secret fashion show. I've always just wanted to be in the fashion show.
I'll tell you what, I've worked with Tisha. I worked with Tisha for a couple of the fashion shows in the community, and this couldn't have gone to a better person in our community. She does so much. She's talented. She's so positive. And I always say, good things happen to good people. Tisha, good job. That's awesome.
Definitely. And she said, you know, the whole experience was just so surreal when she realized that when they were at the red carpet event and all the paparazzi was going crazy and they were interviewing him, and that was E! News, you know, and all these shows that she watches the red carpet events for to see the hair and the makeup, you know, and that's when she was like, I did this. I really, that's my hair, you know, like that's my style for him and his wife, both on the red carpet.
I might have jumped in a picture with him. What about you guys?
Hey,
check it out.
Well, you know, she did say that Adam had a picture taken with his son, and he did ask Tisha to get in the picture because she said, you know, and she's like, no, I don't want to get in, and they're like, you're like you are our family, come in, you know, like she says she's really gotten really close to them and considers them really close friends. Adam's even been here to watch Kai play lacrosse, you know, and she just said that's something that she's never wanted to. That she never like pressed on him or anything. She sees like how people react to him, like always bothering him and stuff. And she said, no, we're friends, you know. And so she said she thinks that she's friends with his wife on Facebook. And she says, I think that's how, you know, from her fashion shows and her Beautylicious stuff that she's done, that she thinks maybe, you know, Summer saw some of that and then got the hint that, hey, maybe we should ask Tisha to do.
That was the connection.
So Ryan, don't you have a picture with him too?
I sure do.
I think he even declared like a national beach day.
I declared the day that Tisha went and did all of this stuff for him on my own social media. Actually, our buddy Kayla Herne started the trend. She started with in honor of Tisha doing the hair and makeup for Adam and his wife. She changed her profile picture to the day, or actually the night we all met him. He was at the casino that night, so we all similar to what you said, we all kind of swarmed him, but then we all kind of stood there like, I don't want to bother him. He's chilling. I don't want to be, bothering him as he's hanging out with Tisha and everybody. So we sat there and we're like, Tisha, can we take pictures of him? She's like, yeah, go ahead, ask him. So he was real cool about it. Mm-hmm. So Kayla started the trend, and then I changed my profile picture. Then everybody that night who had met him changed our profile picture. So next thing you know, Facebook was kind of full of all the Akwesasne.
I was going to dig out my college picture with him, but I didn't want to dust out the...
He's still Victor from Smoke Signals.
Exactly.
He's still Victor.
I asked him that night too. I said, do you get that a lot? And he's just like, you have no idea. People think his name is Victor when they meet him.
And what's funny about that movie, I know we don't get off topic too much, but people outside of the res, they don't get Smoke Signals and why it's so popular.
Yeah.
People watching like, I don't get it. But you guys, it's Smoke Signals.
But it's funny you talk about Adam, because she did, say... one of the things that she did say was that that he's just such a great guy. Mm-hmm. One of the stories that she told me was that whoever it is that calls to tell him that his car was picking him up at 5:15, and he was like, well, I need 2 cars. I have my family here, and they were like, well, I don't think we can send 2 cars. We can only send one's available. And he's like, well, fine, then my family will take it and I'll take a cab to the premiere. And they were like, and Tisha's like, and that's him. She's like, like he wanted us to experience the premiere in style, arrive in the car, and he was just gonna cab it there. And she said,
awesome.
That is awesome. Like, who does that?
He's down to earth.
Adam Beans does that.
Yeah,
He's very humble.
Yeah.
Like, very, like,
And
he doesn't just all jazzy. When he came here to watch lacrosse, I took a picture with him. Very humble dude. You would never
Jeans and
even
a
know
t-shirt.
he was in movies, because I took a picture of him because everyone's like, take a picture with him. Like, I took a picture with him, like, I put it on Facebook, who is this guy? And then everyone's like, that's Adam, that's Victor. I'm like, oh, so in reality, I didn't even know who he was at first.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was just one of her stories that she had shared that, I did ask. He didn't have to take a cab. They did send the other car. And then she said the after party, she was there and she was enjoying it. But unfortunately, Adam had to leave early because he had to go to a next movie set. So she's like, and that's just him. That was his party. And he's like, everybody enjoy your
Oh,
night.
kudos to you.
Yes.
You know?
Tisha, that's awesome.
that's
I'm
awesome.
proud
That's
of you.
awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I'm so happy to see people's dreams actually come true. You know, she's floating on air. You know, and she does want to continue this because some of her makeup company that she's working on, there was some of it on the red carpet, and she's just, you know, ecstatic about it.
All right, folks, we've got a new segment that we're going to try. It's called Spotlight. Since Akwesasne TV is all about bringing our stories to our people, we want to give a little shout out to those who represent the heart and soul of our community.
Yes, whether it's a small act of kindness or a grand gesture, it's all about the community giving back.
And I'm going to start it off. I'm actually going to spotlight my sister Bernie. You know, during her free time, she actually makes scarves to go down to Yakisuta for Christmas. And this is a time that she starts it from the midsummer all the way up until our holiday season. So that's my spotlight.
That's awesome.
We love the Bernie.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn.
Okay, I would like to spotlight our whole community. We talk about this all the time on the show. Our whole community came together for a fundraiser for Mohawk Auction for Hattie Beja. They raised $19,907. That is amazing. So big up to our community.
Right, that's pretty awesome.
I heard the lines were out the door. I happened to be out of town that day, but I gave someone money to purchase tickets. I didn't win any of the awesome
I
prizes.
didn't win either.
But it was an awesome event, and like I said, you just cannot talk about our community enough. They are amazing when
The
they come
baskets
together.
were ridiculous. Like, there was
Oh my
so
God.
many baskets.
The donations were awesome. Like there was tables upon tables of, like there was even like a full size grill. Someone donated a big screen TV, and like this, like you said, the line was out the door literally all day. People were waiting 15, 20 minutes outside just to.
Was there
come
tables
in.
outside too with stuff on? I heard.
There
I
was,
think
yeah.
so.
It was,
yeah.
yeah, huh?
Yep.
Picnic table was
That's
outside.
amazing.
So I'd like to spotlight the Chamber of Commerce because they put on the Akwesasne Business of Excellence Awards. So that's going to be held in October, and what they do is do nominations and for local businesses. Shop local, buy local, Akwesasne. So what they do is give out awards for customer service and different stuff like that. So that's why I'd like to highlight, because right now they're in the voting process, and that's till August 26th. You know, you can get online, you can vote. It takes literally 10 seconds to go through, look at the nominees, pick one. It's amazing.
Yep. And I'll second your spotlight. Mine is again the Chamber of Commerce and the Abbeys, because I didn't get to go last year. I heard it was a really, really good time. Everybody had fun. But again, it highlights the Buy Local campaign. It highlights our local businesses. You get to look at the nominees and see what business services are in the community. Like there's businesses that were on there because I voted today. And I'm like, okay, who is this person? So I actually had to go and looked up their business and
And you
who
can
they
vote
are.
more than once.
And you can vote more than once.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Too.
So I went
And you
up.
get to dress up.
Exactly. And it's going to be a black tie affair, so it's a reason to dress up. So that's my spotlight.
Awesome.
All right, with that being said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another episode of Akwesasne Review.
Bye.
Deuces.
I'm so sweaty.
I didn't submit my invoice yet, but that's going to be a good paycheck.